I wanted to give you these questions now not to overwhelm you, but so they're not a surprise to you when it comes senior year. Or most people see their junior year, and they're like, what the, you know? I mean, it takes some reflection. Dazzle, you know? That guy, you know, talked about the robotic stuff and everything. Sounds very familiar, like things that we hear here at Whitney. But what exactly will make them dazzle? What's going to make you dazzle them? I like the image. Well, there's a couple of things you need to be aware of. And we're going to do, before I go on, we're going to do an exercise later on that may seem a little touchy-feely to students, and parents may like it, and students may not like it. I'm going to ask for your indulgence to do the exercise when you go home, because, and I'll get into the reasons why, but students, please don't just leave it and let it be, and parents, please encourage them to do it. First, what's called investment in learning and achievement. This is what goes on here at Whitney High School. This is what goes on between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Your grades, your GPA, your statistics, it all makes a difference. It's priority. But in order to get this particular institution, there's something else you need to bring to the table. You need to bring to the table something that calls potential to benefit and contribute at the university. So I want you to change your perspective. I want you to stop thinking, I'm from Whitney, I'm special, I'll get there because I'm from Whitney. Whitney does not define you. You define Whitney. Now, how you define Whitney, we're going to find out in the next couple of years if we haven't already. So start thinking that way. What do I have to offer this particular university? Why would they want me out of a stack this big of applicants? It's a hard way to look at things, but the sooner you start realizing that that's the game of what added value do I contribute to that institution, then you're going to be able to understand a lot better what it is that you should be doing at Whitney High School, why you should be doing it. And also, I know it sounds corny, but what makes me special? And we'll talk about that in a bit. Finding meaningful extracurricular activities are very important, be it some sort of environmental activities, research activity, Special Olympics, helping kids with autism, traveling the world. Travel with your parents. If you're economically capable of doing this, then go ahead and travel someone. Expose yourself to other things other than just the Cerritos bubble here. Get an internship. You will be doing that in the next year, hopefully. And if all is said and done and you haven't done any of this, get a job. Some of you may have to get a job because times are tough and parents and adults across the country are losing their job. Well, maybe you can contribute with a paper route or something where parents don't have to reach into their pocket. And yes, this is an experience and a valuable experience at that. But you need an experience. You need to derive meaning from that particular experience. The favorite thing I hear around Whitney here is, oh, it's not a big deal. Everybody here at Whitney does it. Well, everything under the world has been done. Nothing's been done Elliot's way. Nothing's been done Eleanor's way. Nothing's been done your way, your way, your way. But figure out what that way is, because that's what you're going to be bringing to the table. We retain 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, 30% of what we see, 50% of what we hear and see, 70% of what we say, and 90% of what we do. What does that mean? We should be asking why we are doing something, not what we should be doing. I wish I can give you a formula. I wish I could stand up here and say, here's the formula, follow this, and you'll get into the university of your choice. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the universities follow what's called holistic admissions process modeling. It's a model that looks at you and your entire context, what you bring to the table. That's why a 3.2 from Inglewood would get in over a 3.8 from Whitney High School, because there's some things that they experience, that they go through, that add to their overall character and abilities as a potential candidate for that school, as well as some things that you bring to the table. Okay? But we don't rank, but each and every one of you will submit an application to a UC system, for example. And we'll give them their GPA and their SATs and all the other information, and they will rank you. So unfortunately, if you don't give them more information in terms of why you did certain things, how you've grown, how you've developed as a person, they're not going to be able to have enough context at making the decision as to whether or not they want you at that particular institution. It may be that you want to be a leader. Well, everyone loves to do this. I'm going to start a club my senior year or my junior year. Well, why are you starting a club? Find an existing club that's not doing anything. We have lots of them. And do something with it. Think about what organization you have joined already and what you've done with that organization. Have you just gone with the flow because someone along the road told you that being a member of this particular club is great for college? My friends are there. It's fun. Well, what are you doing to make it better? What are you doing to add value to that institution? What are you doing to improve the overall mission of that particular organization? Same thing for a class. What are you doing in that particular class? Taking it because you have to? Are you participating? Are you bringing forth new knowledge? It's a hard way to look at things, but it's really the only way you can look at things right now in the next 3.5 years. It's engagement, not just leader. You want a title? Titles are a dime a dozen. They're important, and I'll talk to you about titles. But what you do with that title and that opportunity is critical. Engagement is important because it teaches you something about yourself and what you're bringing to the table. It teaches you about confidence. It teaches you about your own ability. We all have different leadership styles. Some of us are dictatorial. Some of us are, cultivate leadership in others. Some of us kind of just want others to tell us what to do. Figure out who you are and figure out what your strengths are. ASB is not the only way to become a leader. But I'll tell you this much. Unless you're planning on being ASB president, editor-in-chief of your yearbook, editor-in-chief of your newspaper, or even a captain of a sports team, and at that I'm kind of iffy, your answer does not lie within the walls of Whitney High School. Get out of Whitney High School to get some level of engagement and leadership. Find existing organizations that are out there that you can do something with or for. But don't just wait here because it's safe, because it's nice. Get out of your comfort zone. If you're uncomfortable doing something, mind you, be safe about it and tell your parents. But if you're uncomfortable about doing something, that's when we tend to grow as human beings. Because you're going to say, hey, I wasn't sure I can do this, but actually I did it. Maybe some areas I didn't do so hot in, other areas I did very well in. But at least I did it, and I grew from that opportunity and from that experience. Now, there is a little game you need to be aware of and that you need to be able to play. Not really play, is live. But we do want some academic and non-academic awards. Let me kind of break this down to you as easily as I can. First chair in band at Whitney High School, it's good. It's local. First chair, LA Orange County Youth Symphony, better. It's regional. CIF, win or lose, I got there. That's a state level achievement. California Scholastic Federation, state level. Eagle Scout, right there. Maybe between national and state. National Honor Society, French Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, right up here. International, very rare. But if you look at what's going on right now, kids, you love going on Facebook. Go on Facebook of people who just got admitted to institutions that you want to go to. And look at the activities that they did. Go back to their history and look. A student came up to me, and she's one of our top brightest students, and she didn't get into Yale, and she's kind of heartbroken. She got a lot of other options. But she said, you know what, Mr. G, I looked at my other friends and what they were doing, and they were doing national level competition with MUN, national level competition with FBLA. They were doing international activity with key clubs. They were doing things that not everyone does. Here at Whitney High School, the only thing that I see, and I'm not encouraging you to go or not go, but short of Space Set and robotics, I don't think there's really any other international type of venue. Doesn't mean you can't become part of FBLA and do something international or national and be up here with this type of student without sacrificing your GPA.